So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the causes of stillbirth in pigs and the reason why pigs experience stillbirths. Now, there are so many things that could cause a pig to experience stillbirth. By the way, these are some of the pigs that were giving birth to about 2 days ago. This guy here. So let's talk about stillbirths and what causes pigs to experience stillbirths. The first one is feeding. From my own experience, feeding is one of the major causes of pigs experiencing stillbirths. So if you're having frequent occurrences of stillbirths at your farm, then most likely it's because of how you feed them. Because there was a time I was giving my pigs this particular feed. This particular feed, it was I think a rice husk. I was trying to mix it to be able to make the feed, more palatable for them. But what I experienced was that about 3 pigs at the farm started having stillbirths. They will give birth or will be dead. They will give birth, almost 70% of it will be dead. They will give birth, 50% will be dead. Now, what I now did was like, okay, I was not like, this thing started happening after I started using the rice husk in their feet. So what will I now do? Of course, I changed their feet to exclude the rice husk. And this basically made the stillbirth to disappear totally from the farm. And since then, of course, we have not experienced any occurrence of our pigs having stillbirths. Now, the next thing that will make your pigs to have stillbirths is injecting your pregnant pigs with antibiotics. When your pigs are being injected with antibiotics, your pregnant pigs, it tends to react with their pregnancy. Probably the pigs have not, their fetus, which is the piglets, have not yet formed, and then you inject the antibiotics. This antibiotics contains chemicals that will of course harm the fetus at that very fragile state, at that very fragile stage. And of course, you will end up having your pigs experience miscarriage and of course stillbirth. So in all you do as a pig farmer, as long as your pigs are pregnant, never give them antibiotics. Never inject them with antibiotics. Because if you do so, you will end up losing some of those pregnancies. And now, if you are a farmer who is also experiencing stillbirth at your farm, work on your feed. Most likely, there is something you are putting in their feed that is not good for their body, that is not good for their pregnancy. And it's always the fiber feeds that are basically full of, that have high fiber content. When you ever get a feed and you know that its fiber content is above 30%, that feed is bad for your animals, especially for the pregnant ones. So always try to limit the amount of fiber you give to your animals, especially the pregnant ones. The pregnant ones, they need fiber, yes, but the most common fiber you can use is either the brewery dry grain, or the pancake cake. Even those ones have to be given in lesser quantities. But the most important feed they need at that stage is more of carbohydrates. More of carbohydrates. If you can lay your hands on corn alternatives, because corn is very, very expensive, which is why most farmers resort to using high fiber feeds. So what you should use is the corn alternatives. Corn alternative could be Indomie, all these companies that produce Indomie. You can just go to them. The ones that are leftover, dough leftovers, bread leftovers, bread cuttings, all those things are alternatives to corn. So when you utilize them for your pregnant pigs, they will perform better. They will of course perform better. So these are the things you must know about miscarriages, stillbirths, and your pigs giving birth to dead animals. So that's basically what I wanted to share with you guys on today's video. These guys are 2 days old. So their mom gave birth to them 2 days ago, and they're a bit friendly. So So some people usually ask what we put on the floor. This is rice husk. Instead of you feeding it to your animals, you can simply convert it to beddings. You can either use the rice husk or you can use wood shavings to provide warmth for your animals. So that's it.